for being a part of the KGLH family for so many years. I bring you greetings from, of course, our owner, Mr. Stevie Wonder.
Yes, woo-woo!
Erin Slade, our program director, sends her love as well. We are excited to be a part with Cover California. They have been a great partner, part of our family for so long, sharing information that we need to get to our community about healthcare coverage and how you can get affordable healthcare and coverage. You don't have to go without. You are able to get this and be able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. And so far today, we've had an amazing response with people just getting information and taking it with them. And whether you use it for yourself or you're able to, like I say, pass it to someone in your community or in your church, you'll be equipped to become ambassadors to make sure that people are taken care of. You may be taken care of, but somebody you meet may need the information. You'll be able to share that. Dr. Soni has been so gracious to spend her Saturday with us. Wish she could be with her family here, her husband, the two cutie pies here. They have hung out with us all day and will do this with us, so we appreciate you guys. Thank you, kiddos, sir. Cover California, you may know about them, you may not know, you may kind of know, think you know. Dr. Soni is going to start by sharing a little bit about Cover California, what they do in our community, and how you can take advantage of a lot of resources that are available.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being here today. So y'all remember when Obamacare passed, that is essentially what Cover California is. So it's for folks who, maybe you get Medi-Cal if you don't, make enough money, but if you make a little bit too much, we are here to cover you. It's heavily subsidized, right? So you can get zero cost plans or low cost plans, and our plans are Kaiser, Blue Shield, LA Care, Molina, right? There's 13 across the state. We're from the top of the state to the bottom, and we cover 1.7 million Californians through Covered California. Now there are folks who get insurance through their employer. Again, there are folks that get insurance through Medi-Cal, and if you're in between and you don't have anything, that's when we want you to come and check us out. CoveredCA.com has tons of information. And again, all preventive care, as we were talking about earlier, is free, right? That's your mammogram, that's cervical cancer screening, colorectal cancer screening, screening for diabetes, screening for high blood pressure. All of that is covered through these insurance plans. So that's what we are. We're really just here to serve. And I'm very honored to be part of the organization as Chief Medical Officer.
We love it. We're getting her for our Women's Health Expo. We're claiming it as well. Right? We're already. I'm making the contact. I'm making the contact. Open enrollment. When you hear open enrollment, what do you guys think? You know what that means? What does that mean?
November to December. Yes.
They do well?
Yes, you did excellently. So that's right. We are in the middle of open enrollment now. It runs from November all the way down to January, end of January. But if you want your insurance to start by January 1st, now is really the time to reach out and call. I'll just say that if something happens over the course of the year, you lose your job, something changes with your income, you can still come on to Covered California. So we also are able to be flexible during the year if something changes in your life. But now is the window really right now to come to our website and check it out.
What I really love what Dr. Soni shared with us earlier is that you can find a healthcare plan or coverage that fits your budget. It doesn't, a lot of people think, oh my God, it's going to cost me so much money. You know now that you have to have coverage or you'll be penalized by the IRS, right? You know that. So you can get coverage as little as you need or as much as you need. And it's simply just going to the website, right?
Yeah, CoveredCA.com, that's the website to go to. You just enter in your income, who in your household might need coverage, a couple other pieces of information. I was sharing with Day earlier that I actually ran into one of my old primary care patients here. I used to work at MLK in South LA, and he told me a lot had changed in his health over the last few years. He had cardiac surgery, he needed a few other surgeries, he got prostate cancer since the last time I had seen him. And so he was really worried he was making a little bit too much money for Medi-Cal. So he was worried, what would he do to be able to continue his care? That is exactly why we're here, to make sure that he can still see his oncologist, still see his primary care doctor, so there's no gaps in care.
And we love the fact that you're able to also get this and do your preventive care. We're talking about the mammograms for the ladies, how those dates have changed as far as how early you can get those, as well as checking for colon cancer, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, the guidelines actually changed between this year and last year. Do you remember when you used to have to start getting your colorectal cancer screening, what the age was?
50.
35.
It used to be 50, and now it is 45. Now it's 45. It's 45. If you are high risk for some reason, the age may be lower, but for regular average people that don't have a family history, 45. So those guidelines just changed. So many of us, I'm looking at my husband over there, are approaching that age of needing to get your colorectal cancer. Right? And mammogram age changed too. It used to be 50, now the guidelines changed down to 40. Every woman starting at 40, that's what the recommendation is to an average risk woman.
And that's why it's so important, though, that you know your family history, because that number could be even earlier.
That's right.
Ask the questions. I see so many times we as women and men, we get with our friends, we're talking about this, we're talking about the game, we're talking about the fight, we're talking with our girls about this we found on sale, and we get in front of our doctors and we're like, You gotta go in with your questions ready, have them ready, let them know what you are in there for, what can they help you with. Know your family history, get to talking to folks, call them up. Hey, Aunt so-and-so, when she passed, what was going on with her? And so many times we don't get to have those conversations and we don't know what we're at risk for. We're at risk for, especially with colon cancer, it can sneak up on you so quickly. And preventive care is so important that we're able to do that and know what's going on with our bodies. Men, I know you guys have been running from the colon exam. Y'all don't want to go do the colon exam. I can't tell you how many men tell me, But there's not just the colonoscopy. There are other ways to treat or to detect colon cancer, right?
100%, yeah. It's called the fecal test, which really, again, I'm a doctor, nothing bothers me, but it's just a little bit of poop on a stick. You poop at home, you put it on a stick, they mail it, and they look for early signs of bleeding. That's it. And you can do it every 2
this
years.
at home.
I'm doing that.
And the coverage, like your coverage, then they pay for that test too, right? The test is paid for with your coverage.
Preventive care is free.
Preventive care is free. So you can get that test for free with your coverage. Go home and get that test done because it's so important that you do. Women, we got to still go in there and do it all, what we got to do for our mammogram. But fellas, when it comes to y'all, we got to come up with something. We got to always work on something for y'all. And if it's going to save your lives, we will do it because men, we need you in our families, running the household, doing your thing, okay?
There was a good question here. So y'all remember Chadwick? Chadwick.
That's right.
He died of colorectal cancer screening. He was young. That's cancer of the colon, cancer of the rectum. Essentially, checking your poop looks for little early signs of blood that you may not see with your own eye. And if you see that, then we know we need to do additional tests to save your life.
Yeah. It's better to know.
He's skeptical
Better
that it
to
can save your life.
know. Better to know.
Ask another question. That's why we're here.
I mean, so your ass bleeds? How does it work?
Yes, what happens is inside your colon, you get tumors that grow inside your colon. And that's right, they do bleed a little bit. And that's what we're actually checking for.
Polyps.
Exactly. And they start really small, but
And I
then they
can have
grow.
that?
Yes. And not know that what's going on inside. So yeah, get screened. Get screened. So important. Okay, so I was telling her earlier, I see a lot of people dealing with Medicare, Medi-Cal, and I hate to see my seniors because they're so lost. I know if it can confuse me, I know it confuse my 82-year-old mother, So there's so many things that are changing, but there's also something called Medi-Cal Unwind that's happening right now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so this is super important. So what happened during the COVID pandemic with the shutdown was that essentially the government said, it's okay, if you're on Medi-Cal, you can stay on it for these 3 years. We don't have to check your income again. We don't have to verify it again. That stopped. Every single person who is on Medi-Cal is getting re-verified. Every single person. And actually, if they don't get your information, your Medi-Cal can stop. So if you know somebody on Medi-Cal and they didn't actually reach out and submit their information, actually they're at risk of having a gap in their coverage. If someone makes a little bit too much money for Medi-Cal, they don't need to worry. That's why Covered California is here. We're automatically enrolling folks into an affordable, again, low-cost, no-cost plan. But there are going to be people who are going to lose their Medi-Cal right now. That's just the reality of this.
It's going to happen.
And when is the date for that?
It is a rolling date. So essentially, it started already. It's on the anniversary of the date that somebody applied, essentially. So if you started way back in January, it's coming on January.
But
most people don't
packets are
remember.
in.
Yeah,
Those packets are out. Those packets are out.
they get-
You have to make sure you look for them because they're easily can get caught up in the rest of your mail.
So they send something
Yeah,
to
they
them.
do send something, but you can go online to do your stuff too. So if you call the office, they can give you the website. You can do it online as well. You can push it close.
And it's really important if you happen to move in the last 3 years, they're not going to send their packet to the right address. So really making sure your contact information is up to date is important. Coveredca.com, start there, and then we can help you from there.
Any other things they need to know when it comes to healthcare, getting the coverage?
I think we covered it, right? Which is that you may not know what's necessarily going on in your body. That's why screening is free, and it's why actually you go see a primary care doctor. That's what we spend our day in and day out doing.
And the website, everybody?
Coveredca.com.
Okay, the website, everybody. Okay, now get this. I know when you get to filling out stuff, you can start, it can get so overwhelming. The great thing we talked about is that you guys have a number that they can call to. They can do it over the phone. But there are also different places in your community, and I begged her to come over so she could tell us where she's located. She can go fill out the paperwork, help you get through all of it so you don't have to stress yourself out and make yourself sick just trying to figure it all out. Please share your name and where you are, how we can get to you.
My name is Margot Thomas. I'm the head of Crenshaw Health Partners, Inc. We are located inside of the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza on the second level. Okay.
You guys know where she is? Okay.
Yes. So if you are having problems, if you're trying to enroll yourself and for whatever reason it's not working out for you, contact us. We offer free assistance. We have certified enrollment counselors who can help you find or determine what subsidy, what kind of financial help that you may qualify for. People don't understand or don't know that there are so many subsidies that are available that can help you pay your monthly premium. So contact us.
I will.
Okay.
Did we get y'all some good information?
Yes.
What's the website again? What station do you listen to? Okay, so as an incentive to get you to take your exam, you have won tickets to go see Raphael Saadiq and Tony.
Wait, me?
Yes, and so you can enjoy many more concerts. You need to go get screened to make sure you stay healthy so you can see many more concerts together, okay? So congratulations to you. All right. Okay. So you need to be screened too. You get tickets too. You know the age of what we used to be before we had to do the mammograms. I heard you give the right answer, and you have tickets too. What do I get you? If you can't use them, don't take them because it's for Tony tonight.
You go,
It's
girl.
at 7 p.m. tonight. 7 p.m. tonight.
You go, girl.
Okay.
You go, girl. Go see it. One ticket. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, hey.
Wait.
I have a question. Dr. Soni, I had a question. What's the earliest possible age for someone to get covered? I have a lot of young people that are emancipated. 14 to 24 is the...
I Googled him. I've heard of him.
I don't have the answer for right now, but I will ask one of our team members and let you know.
Okay. So if you're a college student and you're not covered by your parents any longer...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no age cutoff, actually. I mean, I think essentially the platform will direct you to Medi-Cal if you're Medi-Cal eligible, even if you're a student. For college students, absolutely. We've got a huge chunk of our population that is under 21.
Wow. Okay. And so they would go... So I have most of my students who are in South LA, so they can go to that lady there.
And the
Well,
students
could they go and check in and walk in with her?
also, absolutely. Yeah, free assistance. And it's actually great because I'm sure they don't make a lot of money right now as
They make
college
no money,
students.
yeah.
It's heavily subsidized. $0 premium.
Wow.
All of the care is covered.
And the enrollment period ends December what?
January 31st.
January 31st? Fantastic. All right. Thank you.